Hello and welcome to Wigs with Liz. My name's Liz and I wear wigs. I'm really excited today to bring you a Raquel Welch wig, Miles of Style. Now, I've already reviewed this wig twice before in two separate colours. I've got it in a blonde and I reviewed it not long ago in the beautiful colour, I think it was Shaded Spice. It was this gorgeous kind of reddy brown, really pretty. And I was talking about getting it in another colour, chocolate copper. And I've managed to get it and I'm in love with it and I can't wait to show it to you. So here she is, Miles of Style by Raquel Welch in chocolate copper. So this is a long wavy style, very realistic, feels lovely, and I really do like it. You know, when I first started wearing Miles of Style, I didn't like the type of hair because it tangles easily, but because it's obviously, you know, heat friendly and you can do what you want with it, that's why it's that way. But the way this falls and the colour and the style, it just makes up for it. So I really can rate this wig, and I know that this is an expensive wig to buy, so you may be watching reviews to decide if it's worth the money. And I really can say to you, it's the right wig for you if you like it. You know, it's worth the money. Just make sure you choose the right colour. You know, because one colour is never enough, we want more. But, you know, if you get the wrong colour, it can just make the wig feel different. And that's why I wanted to get it in a few colours to try them all. So I love it in the blonde colour I have, but I really love it the most in the Shaded Spice. But I thought I'll get a chocolate copper to wear more in the day. And, you know, I really did get this wig to wear on my other channel, Guided by Angels. But I have changed a few things around that I'm doing on there. So I'm doing more card readings now with, you know, without being on camera. But when I am on camera, this is the wig I'm going to wear. So I'm really excited to show it to you today. This is kind of like a little fall present to myself. So Miles of Style, chocolate copper. So whenever I get a wig, I just write on the box what it is with a little sticky label and, you know, a pen. And it comes in a box like this one. Now, I haven't done anything to this apart from unpack it and sew in wig clips, and I've tried it on a couple of times. We're going to do it together. So Miles of Style, let's look at the cap first of all. So she is a lace front wig, and the lace fronts on Raquel Welch wigs are very powerful. You know, they're absolutely 100% amazing. You know, you can't tell it's a wig. That's how good they are. And you've got this parting as well. I think this is mono parting here to give, that's why it's expensive as well, to give it the scalp effect that you get. And then you've got a little bit of kind of machine teasing. There's not much there at all because it does fit very nice and flat to the head. It is an average size cap. It is synthetic hair. You can use heat on this as far as I know, and it is nice to the touch and it feels nice. You've got all the beautiful breathable wefting at the back, and this is a smart cap. So it remembers, you know, it remembers what you want the wig to do, what you want the hair to do. It sits very nice, so, you know, it feels nice and safe and secure. And you've got the Velcro style adapters to make the wig tighter or looser to suit your own head. And then you've got the statement Raquel Welch label there. And I've sewn in 2 wig clips. I haven't sewn in where the lace is. I've sewn just below the lace, and then I've put another one at the back there. Rather than sewing into, you know, the lace or the mono, you know, part in here, I wanted to, you know, make sure it secures in with wig clips, but to get them out of the way. And I'm only going to secure it with one right now anyway, because really that's all it needs. So let's have a look at the colour first of all. Now, the reason why I went for the Shaded Spice is because I watched a review on this chocolate copper. Even though I was guided to this, I thought, that looks very ginger browny, which is a lot like my other wig, Thin Candy Sweat wig that I've worn a lot in ginger brown. I thought, you know, shall I watch a review first? And I watched a review and it looked quite dark, and I thought it might be a little bit dark. And I thought, well, chocolate copper sounds like a rich, you know, kind of, you know, ginger brown to me, not a dark colour. So I thought, I'm sure it's going to be okay. And it absolutely is. So if you're thinking, is this dark? It's not dark. It's not like a dark chocolate. It reminds me a lot of ginger brown in the Rene of Paris or in Godiva Secret Wigs, or, you know, it's a very ginger brown. I would say this is more ginger brown than chocolate copper. but it's called chocolate copper because it's really giving a red tinge or a richness to the chocolate colour. So it's really pretty. So I love it. Look at this. And, you know, it's not all one colour. It's got little highlights through, but it's very subtly done. So this is a very natural wig. You know, the colour, in my opinion, is very natural and very pretty. So if you're after something more natural, then it may be your colour. And this may be your wig. It's a beautiful wig. So let's get her on so we can have a look together. And if you want to look at the other colours, you can check them out in the wig review playlist. So I've done one in a blonde. I can't remember the exact colour. It might be Wheat Mist or something like that. It's not a rooted blonde, that one. And then I've got it in Shaded Spice. I think it's Shaded Spice, and that is stunning. Okay, so, you know, if I was going to choose out of all three, it would be that one. But if I want something more for daily wear that reminds me of how my own hair used to be, something a bit more natural, it would be this one. So let's put her on. So my own hair right now is growing back, and I've really got it tight today because I knew I was going to review this wig. So I've put it into little ponies, one ear and one ear, to get my hair out of the way because I'm growing my own natural hair back. You know, it's not like I want it like this, you know, I want to grow it back again. So let's get it on. And I'm growing my hair back not to not wear a wig, but so I'm able to wear toppers. You know, because I do like wearing top pieces and fringe pieces and scrunchies and clip-in ponies and all those things. And obviously with the short hair, I haven't been able to do that. So I'm growing it back as well for that reason. So let's get on Miles of Style by the amazing Raquel Welch. The only wig I haven't liked of hers is Dare to Be. But that's another story you can check out in the playlist. So before I even lift it up to my hairline, look at this lace front. This is what I'm talking about. You know, the lace fronts on Raquel Welch wigs, they have to be, in my opinion, probably the best out there. They really are, you know, realistic. So I'm going to bring it up to my hairline, about there, and then I'm going to clip in the wig clip. You know, and I only really need one, but I've got another one at the back if I need it. So look at the colour. You know, the colour is stunning, but the style, you know, and it's very comfortable to wear. That's why I was so surprised when I got Dare to Be from Raquel Welch, the pink wig, and the cap wasn't comfortable. I've had to cut out the ear tabs. I'm like, what's going on with that? So, you know, that's the only wig from Raquel Welch I've been disappointed by. But all the others I really do love, and I really do like this one in this colour. So, you know, for me, I've already parted it where I want it. But, you know, all you have to do is get your comb when you first get it. And, you know, if you pull the hair down, you're not going to mess up the lace. You know, and then think, okay, where do I want it to part? Because you can part this, you know, anywhere in that monofilament parting. But, you know, for me, I kind of quite like it parted this way. But if I find the mono parting, you know, if I find where that is, actually, let's take it off a second because I'm not quite sure I've parted it here. Yeah, it's there. So you've got the mono parting there. So that's the leeway you've got if you want it to look natural. Obviously, you can part it anywhere you want to, but that's really where, you know, this is where you're supposed to part it. So I'm going to just part it. Well, I'm going to push it back first of all. And usually the wig will part where, you know, it wants to part. So, or you can manipulate the parting, but, you know, you do kind of want to try and keep it within this mono, you know, monofilament, so it looks like scalp. If you can see what I mean, I put my finger through. You know, on these darker wigs, you can't see it as much, but you can see my finger kind of moving around there, and that gives it the effect of scalp on your head. So let's try that again. Take two. Put her on, you just push your hair in at the back, pull it back, align the ear tabs, and then you're done quite easy there. That's better, that's more like it. And then I'm going to push it up to my hairline and clip it in. So that's more like it, that's where I wanted it to be. So that it's in alignment with the monofilament there. So I'm just going to use my fingers as a rake. You know, you can use your comb or you can use a brush if you want to brush this all out. But I just want to, you know, get rid of the flyaways really there and just move it around a little bit because it's just such a pretty wig, this one. I do find that with my other ones, it is staying out of my face a lot more. You know, look, I've put it too high there. You have to be so careful when you're putting a wig on camera, because you can't see what you're doing as clearly as if you're doing it in a mirror. And, you know, with these, because obviously they are monofilaments, they move up quite easily. So you need to just take your time making sure you've got it in the right place. Otherwise, you're going to see your own hairline and then it doesn't look as natural. So I'm just looking in the mirror. That's much better. Got it in the right place there. So now I'm going to clip her in. So she shouldn't move now. See, much better there. You can't see my hairline. So, you know, I found with the other colours, they do tend to stay out of my face a little bit more. Sometimes the fibres in different colours act differently, you know, because of the colours. Like I find a lot of blonde wigs sometimes, especially in the Godiva Secret wigs, take a lot more training than the darker colours. Whereas it seems with this one, this is going to take a little bit more training than the other colours. So obviously you can put heat on this. So, you know, I can get my roller brush and just kind of move it out of the way to get it to stay back this way, because, you know, I don't want it falling over my face, especially if I'm going to be on camera in this, or I'm going to be using this as like going out in wig. But for me, you know, this is really pretty, very natural. You know, it's not dark. It may look dark on the camera, but it's not as dark as it seems. You know, this is very ginger brown to me. So this really does make me think of the colour of my Thin Candice wig, which, you know, I was wearing a lot, you know, especially last year, but I've been wearing a lot, you know, that wig, and I was just kind of ready for a change. I thought, you know, I love it, but I'm a bit bored of it now. I want to wear something different, especially if I'm on the other channel, and this is the one I've gone for. But the other one, the Shaded Spice, is so pretty. That's the one I'm definitely going to be wearing out and about more. I haven't worn it much yet, but I haven't really been anywhere to wear it. But, you know, we're moving towards Halloween and Christmas time. I know I'm going to get lots more wear out of it. But this is really pretty. So let's have a look together. I'm just trying to get it out of my face a little bit because, you know, if you've watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I don't like hair in my face like that. It does my head in. So I want to get rid of that, you know. So I'll probably put a clip in there. You know, and it's really nice because obviously, you know, look at the lace front. As long as you make sure, you know, you've got it to your hairline, you can put clips in this. You can do all things with it. So really, really pretty wig. Gorgeous. Definitely worth the money. And, you know, I was quite lucky because when I bought this one, it was in the sale. I think this is something like, in the UK, I think it's £340 to buy, which is a lot of money for a wig. But remember, you know, they do last and you do pay for the quality. You know, not only the quality of the hair and the style, but also the lace front. You know, which in my opinion is probably one of the best lace fronts around. You know, they are really good lace fronts. It looks very natural. So, you know, you do get what you pay for. But I was lucky. I think I got mine for $280, I think it was. So I got it. Obviously, it's still expensive, but a lot cheaper than, you know, what it is. I have seen them going cheaper than that as well. I've seen them on, you know, Valentine's wigs for £240. Not Valentine's wigs, sorry, natural image wigs for £240. So it really is buying it when, you know, you get the right deal on it. Let me see if I can manipulate this part in a little bit just before I show you the back and do a 360. See if I can move it around a little bit because, you know, it is annoying me, parted there. And you haven't got a party there, you know, you haven't got, I mean, that feels much better, to be honest. So even though obviously this has probably gone way past where, you know, the mono is, yeah, I'm sure it has, but it feels better for me parting it there. That feels nicer to me. You know, and just use the heat on your hands to manipulate the, you know, the hair into place where you want it. And obviously I know that I've got it wonky there, but I quite like it like that. Let me see if I can part the whole thing there. Because I'm not really bothered about mono, you know, partings, and because I know the wig looks natural anyway. Yeah, that doesn't feel right, you know. You've just got to play with it. You have to play with it until it feels right. For me, it feels right like that. I know it looks a bit weird, but I quite like it out of my face. So I much prefer it like this than parted over the other way. So let me just have a look in the mirror. Yeah, it doesn't look odd. I've got it too high. I've definitely got it too high. I don't know how I'm putting this wig on. I think it's because I'm not securing it properly with my wig clips. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let me see. Oh, actually, that parting is... it is in... Oh, I've done it there. It is in the mono. So let me see if I can just make it more of a equal parting. So I haven't done a bad job there at all then, really, of parting that one. And this is why, just wanted to take my time on this video just to get it right. Because, with something like this, you're spending the money, you want to make sure you get it on right and, you part it where you want it and it feels good. Because otherwise, what you're spending the money for, and it's a lot of money to spend. So I've bought all of these wigs, all my wigs I buy with my own funds. So, I want to make sure I'm getting value for money with them. That feels much better. Let me have a look again. I know it's taking time, but, this is all about trial and error, and this is what we do. We have to think, I've put it on a bit high. We have to move it around a little bit. So I'm going to put the other wig clip in as well, just to secure it in easier. So that's much better this time. Third time lucky. So there you go. So it's still in the monofilament there. And, it looks party better, even though it's not, all the way back. But this is how I like it. I like to do things a bit different. Life would be boring if we all did things the same. And you might part it completely different than me and like it different than I do. But I quite like it parted there. So it's out the way. Much prefer a centre parting. If you've seen my video on Lennox wig from Renee of Paris, oh my goodness me, I'm in love with that wig. And it's a centre parting. But, this one, obviously, this is more expensive. And it feels, a lot more realistic. But I still love the Lennox wig. So in my opinion, if I had to choose between this one and Lennox, I would probably choose Lennox just because I love that melted marshmallow colour. But, this is a gorgeous wig too. So, if you can get both, then, it's worth getting. And, you could ask for this for a present. Maybe, you're thinking about Christmas time. We're nearly there if you think about it. You could ask, a loved one for this wig for Christmas. Or, treat yourself for Christmas too. Because it's going to last. If you look after your wig, if you keep it in the box, if you make sure you're brushing it out when you've worn it, it's going to last for you. And it's just gorgeous. So, Miles of Style in chocolate copper. Really can recommend. I'm happy now I've got the fringe I want it there. So look at the colour. So it might look dark, as I say, but it really isn't. It's a ginger brown. The light's out, the sun's out. It's quite a dark day, though, today. So you can't see the light shining on it. But, trust me when I say it is a really nice, gingery, rich brown. That's why it's called chocolate copper. So to me, this is definitely not a dark chocolate. It is more of a ginger brown. So let's do a turn, and you may even get to see the colour more here as well. So, you can see the tone. So you can see it's not a block colour, but it's done very subtly. The colour is very subtle, very natural, very pretty. Really lovely wig. And, Miles of Style. I've got Scene Stealer as well. I know there's many, many other Raquel Welch wigs out there, but I think this one, is definitely worth investing in. This is definitely worth the money. It's definitely worth, if you like it, getting it in a few colours because it's going to last. And, that's what I intend to do. And the thing is, these wigs are an investment. So, even just buying perhaps 2 a year or 3 a year of a wig you like in a different colour, it's an investment for you. Or maybe getting a couple of the same colour if you like them. That's what I do with wigs I really love. And colours I really love. I will buy 2 off. So I'll buy one, and then later down the line, when I've got a bit of money, when I've got more money aside, I buy another one. I put it away in a drawer so I've got a spare. So that if for any reason they stop making that wig, or they stop doing it in that colour, and I wear the wig out, then at least I've got another one. Because, there's nothing more devastating than when you want a wig and you can't get it. So it really is worth doing that too. And I know it's not a lot of money to spend. If you buy 2 of these, it's like over £500. But you've got to think, you're investing in your own well-being, and, you know, you would probably spend that amount of money throughout the year having colours and cuts anyway. So it really is an investment. But I love this wig, and I'm really loving the colour and the style, and you know, I'm excited about wearing this wig over on my other channel, Guided by Angels, when I do show my face on there. But I've changed the way I'm doing readings on there because, you know, I've been going through perimenopause symptoms, and, you know, I haven't wanted to be on camera all the time. Whereas I love being on camera here because I'm showing my wigs and, you know, I'm not picking up on as much energy there. So that's why things have changed a little bit over there, if you're wondering. But loving it. I mean, look how natural it is. Now I've got it where it should be. You know, so make sure when you put it on, you've got it to the right height. And then obviously, you know, you can put it back if you want to. You can put it in a side ponytail. You can put it up in a claw clip, you know, because this is so natural. And obviously, if you want, you can curl it, you can style it, you can do what you want. But for me, it's definitely better parted there because it's out of my face. And I may just use a little bit of heat to manipulate it a bit more, you know, to make it stay out of my face. I mean, I could put some water on, you know, just, you don't really have to, you know, mess around with heat if you don't want. Just put some water on it, you know, to get it out of your face. Or put some spray on, or, you know, even put a clip in, as I said. Just because for me, you know, I prefer it out of my face for when I'm eating, drinking and doing things out and about in it. And then it's more like your own natural hair. So, yeah, Miles of Style in chocolate copper. I'm just thinking if we've got the code. Don't know if the code... No, the code isn't on here, but it is chocolate copper. Okay, so just look for the chocolate copper or Google the you know, I know there's like certain numbers, but if you Google it, you'll find it straight away. But chocolate copper and Miles of Style by Raquel Welch. I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.